If it walks like a socialist, talks like a socialist, and has the two biggest socialists campaigning on its behalf, call us crazy. But that's got to be at least socialist adjacent, right?
You're campaigning with Bernie Sanders and AOC, two of the country's most prominent ones. Is there like a specific policy of theirs that you would not support if you were in Congress?
Yeah, the socialism part.
So Bernie and AOC are set to stump for progressive, don't call him socialist, Michigan Senate candidate Abdul Al-Sayed this weekend.
He's going up against Schumer-backed Congresswoman Haley Stevens, the so-called moderate pick. And the winner of that primary is poised to go head-to-head with our next guest.
Republican candidate, former Michigan Congressman Mike Rogers. He's a socialist. Mike, like if you were trying to distance yourself from this idea of a government seizing the means of production and impoverishing its people, then you wouldn't invite Bernie and AOC into town.
Oh, you should hear his speeches. I mean, this guy is just blatantly misleading. Just the way he told Michigan he was a physician. Turns out he's not a physician. He's acting like a socialist. He supports every element of the Bernie Sanders agenda, AOC agenda. This is the first I've heard that he would say he's not a socialist, which to me makes them dangerous. They're willing to try to create a narrative for the people of Michigan that belies what they want to do to them. And if you think about, look what's happening in New York. They want to bring all of that taking over private property, all of the high taxes, all of chasing business out. They want to bring it to Michigan. And I'll tell you, we're a hardworking state. We are the work belt of the Midwest, not the Rust Belt. And these folks aren't going to be fooled. And they've seen Democrats in charge here, guys. They've been these two Senate seats for 32 years. The Democrats have been in charge of Lansing for a decade. We've lost 30,000 jobs. Our income tax is higher than Indiana and Ohio. Highest auto insurance rates in the country. The Democrats gave us the highest utility rates in the Midwest, 20% higher than the national average. We've chased out defense industrial base work in the last 10 years. They don't trust Democrats. This is the good news. And this just gives more ammunition that you can't believe what they're telling you. They're dangerous for your pocketbook.
Yeah, they don't trust them. They're blatantly misleading, which I agree with you on. Let's fast forward to whoever your ultimate opponent is, right? You lost the last race, not by much. Everyone thinks their vote might not count, but it does in Michigan. What's the key voter objection you have to overcome, or the voter block that you're targeting really to carry this election?
So this is very different than the national pundits are talking about. This is a change election. And that's what I think people miss. There's about 6 polls in a row has us beating both of these Democrats in head-to-head polling, because it's really crazy versus common sense. A guy that worked on the auto assembly line or these folks that are selling you a big intrusive government. And so what we've been doing is talking about real issues and real solutions. We're going to get our kids reading again. 60% of our fourth graders can't read in the fourth grade. We're going to fix that, have a plan. Housing, 40 years old to buy your first house, that's outrageous. I've got a plan to fix that and get that number way down so people can start building equity in their homes. We're going to bring back defense industrial work. And what people I don't think realize is when we go around the state, I'm talking to people who work for a living. They understand what's at stake. They've seen what the Democrats have done to them the last decade and in the Senate for 32 years. And what they tell me is we don't trust Democrats anymore on affordability, and it's time for a change. Well, we are that change agent. We're going to get it done. Go back to the Senate, which is why we're beating them and kind of defying gravity really around the country with other contested races. We're beating our Democrats.
Mm-hmm. Mike, talk about and it's a point of discussion every day here, artificial intelligence and the AI data centers and the concerns, particularly for farmers and the farmland in Michigan, and how that will play into the Senate race there.
Yeah, so what we've talked about very clearly, this should be under local control, number one. Mm-hmm. Number two, they have to have closed water systems. That's really important to people here in Michigan. They have to bring their own power, can't charge anyone for their power. And here's the last one I threw in there, because I do think these are important, and we got to get it right. People need to benefit from these things and see it. I say that every dollar in property tax generated by those centers in your municipality, that has to go to defraying and lowering property tax here in Michigan. And to me, that's important. They don't want another school. They don't want another fire station. They want to know that there's a benefit for them. And so once you see that kicking in, I think you're going to see that people are more engaged in getting these here. There's one in a small community. It's going to generate $25 million a year in property tax. Now, the government wants to take that and spend it. My argument is don't let them. Let's use that $25 million and lower your property tax. It has to go to individual homeowners' property tax bill to lower it dollar for dollar. As I joked, that probably some of these communities, once they get this deal, are going to say, hey, I'll take 2 of those.
Yes, exactly. You're talking about revenue and lowering taxes. Mike Rogers, thank you so much.